You've replayed a 5-minute conversation for 3 days straight, convinced you sounded weird, convinced they were just being polite. And the whole time, they walked away thinking you were great. Think about the last time you left a first date and immediately started mentally rewinding every sentence. Sure, you'd blown it. Sure, that pause after your joke meant it landed flat instead of just being a normal pause. Or that time you met your partner's friends for the first time, laughed a little too loud at something, and spent the entire drive home convinced they thought you were awkward and trying too hard. Or your first week at a new job, smiling through small talk in the break room, quietly assuming your new coworkers were just being polite and secretly counting down until you left the conversation. That gap between how much people actually like you and how much you think they like you has a name. Psychologists call it the liking gap, and it was formally documented in 2018 by Erica Boothby, Gus Cooney, Margaret Clark, and Erik Reece. Here's how they proved it. Boothby's team brought strangers into a lab at Cornell and Yale, paired them up, and had them talk for anywhere from 5 to 45 minutes. Get-to-know-you conversations, the kind you've had 100 times at parties, orientations, or waiting rooms. Right after, both people rated 2 things privately, out of sight of each other: how much they liked their partner and how much they thought their partner liked them. Across more than a dozen separate studies and hundreds of participants, the same pattern showed up every single time. People consistently rated their partners higher than they guessed their partners rated them. Everyone liked their conversation partner more than they thought they were liked back. It wasn't one shy participant misreading the room. It was almost universal, showing up in casual chats, structured interviews, even conversations between people who just shared something personal. Have you ever walked away from meeting someone new, already writing the story of how you underwhelmed them, replaying your dumbest sentence on a loop, when they were busy hoping you'd want to hang out again? Now, here's the part that should really bother you. This isn't just a first impressions glitch that fixes itself once people get to know you. In a follow-up study, Boothby and her colleagues tracked college freshmen who'd been randomly assigned as dorm roommates, total strangers thrown together by a housing office, people who'd go on to live together, eat together, and see each other every single day. They measured the liking gap not just after one conversation, but again weeks later and again months into the school year. The gap didn't close. Roommates who'd shared a bathroom, a fridge, and hundreds of casual conversations for months still underestimated how much the other person liked them. Proximity and repetition didn't fix it. Some of them carried that quiet misread of the relationship for an entire year, sitting across from someone at dinner who genuinely liked them while privately assuming they were just being tolerated. Think about the coworker you've sat next to for 6 months, traded 1,000 small jokes with. The one you still half suspect merely puts up with you, when they'd probably call you their favorite person on the floor. Have you ever kept someone at arm's length, a roommate, a coworker, a friend of a friend, purely because you assumed the warmth wasn't mutual when the whole time it was? So why does your brain do this to you? During a conversation, you have access to exactly one interior monologue, yours. You hear every stumble, every that came out weird, every half-second of silence that felt like an hour of dead air. You're grading yourself on a draft you never get to revise, replaying it in slow motion while everyone else only saw the final cut. Meanwhile, all you see of the other person is their outside, their polite nod, their neutral expression, their normal human pauses while they think of what to say next, and you have zero window into whether they're privately thinking, "This is going great," or "I hope this ends soon." So your brain does what it always does when it's missing information. It fills the gap with your own self-doubt, because assuming the worst feels safer than assuming the best. For most of human history, that caution wasn't irrational. Overestimating how much the tribe liked you and getting it wrong could mean real social and physical danger. Being cut off from a small group you depended on for food, protection, and survival. Underestimating, on the other hand, cost you almost nothing except a little unnecessary anxiety and maybe an extra ounce of politeness the next day. So evolution built you to lean pessimistic on social feedback by default, And that setting is still running now, even though the actual cost of being wrong today is just an awkward text you never needed to send or overthink. The fix isn't be more confident. That's advice with no handle on it, nothing you can actually grab onto in the moment. Here's the actual gut check. The next time you catch yourself thinking, "I don't think they liked me," ask one specific question instead. If a friend described this exact conversation to me, word for word, would I assume the other person secretly disliked them, or would I tell them they are overthinking it? You already know the answer when it's someone else's story. You've given that reassurance to a friend a dozen times without hesitation. The only thing missing is applying it to yourself in the exact moment your brain starts writing the pessimistic version of events. So here's what I actually want to know. Think of the person in your life who does this constantly. The one who leaves every group hangout convinced everyone secretly finds them annoying or exhausting, when it's obvious to literally everyone else that they are adored. Maybe it's a friend who apologizes for texting too much, or a partner who thinks their coworkers tolerate them at best. Tell me about them in the comments. What's the most ridiculous thing they've talked themselves into believing about how people actually see them?